Sometimes the deepest kind of love doesn't show up in words. It hides in silence, in distance, in the way she suddenly pulls away when all you did was care. It's a confusing pain, isn't it? One moment, she's smiling at your texts, opening up about her fears at 2 a.m. and holding your hand like she never wants to let go. And then, without warning, she becomes distant, quiet, almost like a stranger. No arguments, no reasons, just silence. You replay every moment in your head, wondering, was I too available? Did I love her too much? Did I miss a sign? And the silence becomes deafening. But here's the truth. Her silence doesn't always mean disinterest. Sometimes it's the loudest expression of love, wrapped in fear, past wounds, and overwhelming emotion. Because when a woman truly falls in love, it shakes her world. It opens old scars, triggers insecurities, and forces her to confront parts of herself she thought she'd buried. And instead of moving closer, she steps back. Not because you're not enough, but because the love is so much more than she expected. In this video, we'll uncover the 5 most powerful and shocking reasons why women ignore you when they're actually deeply in love. These aren't theories. They're rooted in real human psychology, emotional behavior, and what women won't say out loud. Stay with me till the end, because once you understand these truths, you'll never feel powerless again. You'll see her silence, not as rejection, but as a reflection of something much deeper, and you'll learn exactly how to respond, with strength, clarity, and confidence. Number 1. She's fighting her own feelings. When a woman starts to deeply fall for you, her internal world becomes chaotic. Unlike men, women don't just fall in love with logic or surface attraction. They connect emotionally, spiritually, and even energetically. And that's precisely why love can feel dangerous to her. You may think that everything is going well. You both laugh, share stories, feel connected. But out of nowhere, she begins to grow distant. The texts slow down. The replies become cold. Suddenly you're left wondering what went wrong. In truth, it's not about you. It's about the emotions she's battling inside. She might be terrified of giving herself fully again, because the last time she did, she was left broken. The deeper she falls, the more her past trauma screams, "Protect yourself." So instead of moving closer to you, she pulls away, not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much. She's afraid of becoming dependent on your presence, of showing you her scars and being rejected for them. So she builds emotional distance as a shield. Her ignoring you becomes her form of self-defense, a silent protest against the possibility of heartbreak. The hardest part for men to understand is that her silence is not rejection, it's fear in disguise. She's hoping you'll understand, hoping you won't pressure her for clarity she doesn't even have herself. She's secretly hoping you'll sense the war going on inside her and respond not with frustration, but with patience. If you can hold your ground, stay calm, and not demand answers, she'll begin to feel safe. And for a woman, feeling safe is the ultimate gateway to intimacy. This is not a test of your masculinity. It's a chance to show emotional maturity. If you prove that you can be her peace during her storm, her distance will soon dissolve, and she will come back not out of guilt, but out of trust. And trust, once earned through patience, lasts far longer than any words. Number 2. She's testing your emotional strength. Many men don't realize that when a woman starts to care deeply, she also starts to test deeply, not out of manipulation, but from a subconscious need to feel secure. She's likely seen men who talked sweet, acted strong, and then vanished the moment things got emotionally complicated. So now, her instincts kick in. She pulls back to see how you react. Will you panic? Will you chase? Will you get angry, insecure, or emotionally volatile? Or will you remain calm, centered, and composed? This is the real test. When a woman ignores you after showing affection, she is subconsciously watching to see if your love is rooted in confidence or in control. If your identity is shaken just because she stepped back, she starts questioning, can this man really handle me at my most emotional, raw, or distant? Your response in this moment reveals the truth about you. A weak man will lash out, become passive-aggressive, or try to manipulate her attention back. But a grounded man, a high-value man, will honor her space. He knows that love isn't something to chase or force. It's something to hold with respect. So he gives her time. He focuses on his life. He doesn't play games, but he also doesn't beg for validation. And here's the secret. This response makes her feel emotionally safe. It tells her, you can have space, and I will not punish you for it. That kind of emotional safety is rare, and women deeply crave it. The man who can remain unshaken in the face of silence becomes unforgettable. She might not say it, but she watches everything. How quickly you text back, how your tone changes, how you react when she's not 100% available. She might ignore you, but she's not detached. She's observing, and when she sees emotional maturity, she feels peace. That peace is the key to unlocking her deepest love. Number 3. She's healing old wounds and doesn't want you to see her broken. Every woman you meet carries a story of being left on read, ghosted after giving her all, emotionally manipulated by someone she trusted. These scars may be invisible to you, but they're deeply alive in her. So when she starts falling for you, those old wounds resurface. She starts fearing that history will repeat itself, that the one person she's starting to love will see her flaws and walk away, just like the others. This fear doesn't always show up in words. It shows up in withdrawal, in short replies, in silence. She's not trying to hurt you. She's trying to protect the parts of herself that still haven't healed. In her mind, pulling away is safer than opening up and risking rejection. She thinks, if I show him how damaged I am, he'll leave anyway. So why not keep him at a distance? Here's where your role becomes so important. Not to fix her, you can't do that, but to create an emotional environment where she doesn't feel ashamed of her wounds. Your patience tells her, you don't need to be perfect for me to love you. When you don't demand her constant presence, when you don't press her to talk before she's ready, you become a safe space. Something she's never had before. And the moment she realizes she can be seen in her brokenness and still be loved, she begins to heal in your presence. That's a rare kind of love, a healing kind, the kind she'll never forget. So, next time she grows distant, remind yourself, it might not be about you at all. It might be about the pain you never caused, but now have the power to help soothe, not through fixing, but through gentle presence and steady love. Number 4. She's losing herself in you and trying to regain balance. In the early stages of love, everything feels magical. She's laughing more, texting you non-stop, thinking about you all day. It's thrilling, like an emotional high. But slowly, something starts to shift. She realizes that she's becoming too consumed by the relationship. She's not spending as much time with friends. Her hobbies are pushed aside, and her personal goals are collecting dust. She begins to lose the version of herself she once worked hard to build. And while love is beautiful, losing one's identity is not. That's when she pulls away. Not because her love has faded, but because she's trying to breathe again. She needs to feel like her again, the woman who is passionate, free, and full of her own light. This space she creates isn't about leaving you, it's about returning to herself. If you can understand that, and give her the space she needs without guilt-tripping her, she'll feel safe enough to come back, this time stronger and more whole. But if you suffocate her with demands, jealousy, or emotional pressure, she'll start associating the relationship with emotional imprisonment. Women don't want to lose themselves in love. They want to expand through love. Your job isn't to hold her down, but to lift her up. If you can support her independence, cheer for her passions, and allow her moments of distance, she will respect you beyond words. You become a man she can grow with, not one she has to escape to find herself again. Number 5. She wants to see. If you're the type who respects her boundaries, in a world where many women have had their boundaries ignored, broken, or disrespected, setting distance is not just a preference, it's protection. When she ignores you, she may be watching to see whether your love is patient or possessive. This is her way of discovering the truth of your intentions. Will you let her breathe, or will you try to force closeness? Will you let her silence exist, or will you make it all about your discomfort? These are questions she's asking silently. And most men fail this part of the test, not because they're bad people, but because they mistake space for disinterest. They react out of ego instead of compassion. But the man who truly respects her will understand. Boundaries are not walls to keep you out. They're spaces to keep her safe. When you don't take her silence personally, when you don't rush her into connection, when you let her have her moment of stillness, you're speaking a language most men never learn: emotional respect. And that kind of respect doesn't just attract her, it heals her. Women fall deeply for the man who doesn't just love their presence, but honors their pauses. That kind of love tells her, you don't need to explain yourself to feel understood. It tells her that she can be soft, slow, quiet, and still worthy of love. If you become that man, her silence won't last forever. It will turn into whispers, then confessions, then connection. Not because you forced her, but because you waited, with strength, not desperation. That's real love. That's rare. That's unforgettable. So now you know, when a woman who once seemed so emotionally connected starts to ignore you, it doesn't always mean the love has vanished. In fact, sometimes it means the love is too real to handle. She might be overwhelmed by her own feelings, haunted by past scars, or afraid of losing herself in something she deeply cares about. Her silence isn't always a punishment. Sometimes it's her defense. And if you can recognize that, if you can stay calm, grounded, and strong, then you're already doing what most men fail to do. You're respecting her space without doubting your worth. You're choosing patience over panic. And that makes you powerful. Relationships aren't always loud. Real love doesn't always look like daily texts or constant attention. Sometimes it shows up in moments of distance, in the silent battles no one else sees. And if you've ever found yourself confused by her behavior, know this: it's not about being good enough. It's about understanding the unspoken. Now, if this video spoke to your heart, if it helped you feel a little less alone, a little more understood, Damastatus dest destordo, this satisfies. Just the beginning. Leave a comment below and share your experience. You never know who you might help. Like the video if it touched your heart. And if you want more powerful, real-life insights about love, relationships, and emotional mastery, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. I promise, this journey is only getting deeper. Until next time, remember, your silence, your strength, and your understanding, they speak volumes, and the right person will always hear it.